Welcome back to our tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how to download the code, the Z-Knipser code, and how to put it in Eclipse so that the whole system works. My name is Filippo Martinoni. So first stuff that we have to do, you have to go on the wiki. Inside the wiki there is Z-Knipser code repository that you have to click. Now here there is right what you should do. So first of all you should tell to Git what is your username and what is your user email. This is since every time that you commit, the commit that you are going to do will have this name as author and your email. So here I would advise you not to put your nickname but your whole name, your complete name. Now, in order to download the code, you have to have the permit to do that. So if we click here and we have a look here, we can do the login. So with your username and ETH password. Now, in my case, as you can see, under Z-Knipser, I have the read access and the write access. This permission is something that you have to get from your supervisor or your assistant. So without that, you can't do anything. So, as I said, first of all, we have to set on the computer our name. And our email. Yeah, sorry, once more. So in that case I leave just the email like that. Second step, we have to go where we would like to download the whole code. For example, in my case I would like to have it on the desktop, and I would like to have it just to have some order in a directory named RoboCup. Now we want to download it, so we just copy this, we paste it in the terminal, and we have to change the Nets account. In my case, my account is Philip. Yes. It will ask the password. Okay, now it will download the whole repository in the folder RoboCup. What is also interesting that you could do is setting this public key. What does it mean? It means that every time that you want to download the new code, so to push it, to pull it or to push your actual code on the server, you have to put your username or at least your password. If you do this public key, it works automatically. And you can trust me that if you have to do that, I don't know, let's say 5 or 6 times per day for every day that you work on this project, it will be quite comfortable. Maybe, yeah, just follow the indication that are written here. Now I will just skip the whole download process. So the code finally is downloaded. Now I would like to show you very fast the structure of this code. So on the folder Z-Knipers we have a different folder and some files. So here you have the rule of the RoboCup standard platform link. Here you have the code release 2013. This is very important because here is explain how the whole framework, so the human framework, that is the framework used by the Z-Knipsers, work. So I advise you, if you have to do something new or something that you don't know or you have an idea, just have a look on that. I will probably in the next tutorial come back to this code release. Then we have a make folder where we have inside all the make file that we need. Then we have config folder. So build is where actually we find all the build stuff. Now of course I just download the code, so we don't have any build file in it. We have the source file. This is where we are going to work and to modify the stuff, especially in module and representation, but also I mean in this other folder. For example, I don't know, in module we have under modeling, we could have the ball locator, for example, and here inside we have all the file that contain the code of the ball locator. So, but I will explain in the next tutorial how the structure with this module and this representation work. Then also important is this config folder. Here inside we have a lot of configuration file. What does it mean? It means, for example, so let's open this one. So we just have all the configuration that are needed for some file, for some module. So these files are taking, so the value that are stored in this file are taking them from the code in order to use this variable. I don't know, for example, if we so special action, you have here, I don't know, I guess this is a struct or a class, and you have that for the attribute ID, his ID should be playDead, the type is known, and blah blah blah. What also important, under sound you have all the sound that they now do, and you can also play this sound, so that if during the match or with the real robot you want that he say when he's doing an action, you can tell it, so you can just put the sound here and then just call it from the code. Under locations, you have, for example, all the file that regard the carpet that is used, and I also guess the some color calibration, but that I'm not sure. And also very important are these sheen. This sheen, I hope you say like that, are contained the file .con and .ros2, and this is actually the setup of the simulation game that we're going to perform. But I will show that there will be a video on SimRobot, and I will explain in detail how this stuff works. As I said, now we have the build folder, the emptiest, but if we would like to compile the code from the terminal, we can do that. So we need to open a terminal, then we can go in the Z-Knipser folder, so desktop, RoboCup, Z-Knipser. Now if we make here make, it doesn't work. Why? Because the make file are not here. So what we need to do is to go in the folder where the make file are. In this case, cd make, and since we are under Linux, we just write Linux. Now if we do make, the terminal will compile the whole code. What is happening now is that he generates some build file. So now if we go on the build folder, we see that it creates a lot of stuff. And if we go, for example, in SimRobot, I will explain in another video what SimRobot is. So we go here, Linux, develop, we have this executable. And if we run the executable, as you can see, you get the program. So in this case, the simulator. Now we want to do the same with Eclipse. So first I just make clean, so I just clean the project. So now, as you can see, under build, we just have the SimRobot help that didn't delete. I don't know why, but however, we don't need it. So we can open Eclipse, go under File, New, Make File Project with existing code. Now we have to choose where it's possible to find our code. Right, we have already the name, code C, C++. Actually, we just have C++, but it's not a problem if you have also C. Finish. Now, Eclipse have to index all the file. I think that this means that, as I will show you, when we find a definition of a class, so just an instance of a class or something like that, we can click on the class name, and Eclipse will bring us where the class is defined. So I think that with this indexer is just saying, okay, so if the user click on that, I should bring the screen on this file and show this and this and this and so on. But this I'm not sure, it's just a guess. So I will stop the video because it will take a while. Okay, the indexer is finished. As you can see here now, we have our project, and here inside there are all the files that we need. So in general, if we want now to play the executable, so to first compile and then play the executable, we just have to press run. But now it complains because it says the selection cannot be launched and there are no recent launches. What does it mean? It means that it doesn't know which one is the executable file that we want to play every time that the code compiles. So at the moment, actually, since we made before the make clean, it doesn't exist any build file. So first stuff that we have to do is go here, right click, and say build project. At the moment we have a small problem because we cannot select it. Probably this is done since the Eclipse don't know, he doesn't know where are the make file. So what we have to do, we have to right click on it, go at the end, there is properties, select C++ build, and as you can see here, the build directory is that at the moment is selected is just the Z-Knipser folder, so it's just here. And as we see before, if we go in the terminal under this folder and we say make, the compiler will complain that there is no make file. So what we do, we go here and we say, okay, go in make, and then in Linux, and then use the make command. So we apply that, we say okay, and now if you go here, right click, and we go under build project, we however get a problem, but we can press just Ctrl B. We see here we have more tabs. So in one there is the problem or the error. In the other one are some tasks that we should put. So we have some keyword that will be remembered from the problem, so that we can exactly select them. For example, to do is one of these keyword. We have the console, that is actually what we would see in the terminal. So now we compile the whole code. I have actually no idea why it is not possible to select now it's possible to select the build project, else what I did, so you can go under project and build also, just Ctrl B is what I pressed before. Just to show you, if we don't, so if we come back to properties and we take away this, we make apply and okay. So if we say run, so sorry, not run, but if we say build project, he will complain that no rule to make target tool. So also if you try to create a small project with Eclipse and you see this warning, so you know that is because the target, the makefile target is not set properly. So we now we go back to project properties, and here we insert what we take away. However, now we have a problem because the compiler is able to compile, but he doesn't find the binary, so he's not able to find the executable. What we have to do, we have to set the executable. So we can go here, run configuration. Now if you go here, you double click on it and you get the name. So here you can set what is the executable file that we want to place. So here you can just change the name. C++ application, we have to say where is actually the executable. So we go in browser, Z-Knipser, we say build. Under build we have SimRobot. SimRobot is the simulator that we will use to simulate the game. If we want to connect with a robot, so a real robot, we have to use Bush, but I will present this in another video. Develop, and here we have SimRobot. Then here in argument, this would mean if we call up an executable in the program and we want to pass some parameter after that. I make you an example. If let's say that we want to have the program and this program will take a number from 1 to 5, for example an integer, we would write here a 4. This means that here we should add a variable and then put a 4. But this is not the case at the moment. Then we have environment. This is, we don't have to touch anything. And common, we have to choose which kind of option can we use with this application. So, and in general we need to run it, just to run, to debug it, and the profile, I don't know actually what is meant with this profile. So we make apply, we make run, and now we see it comes SimRobot. So once more, now if we do play, we're going to get the SimRobot. So let's make this warning. So this could look like as an error, but it comes every time, so it's just normal. I make you an example. Let's say that I want to go in source. This is just an example. I go on the module, behavior, let's take modeling, ballocator, ballocator.h, and or maybe let's go under one implementation, and for example and let's say motion update, this function I want to add something new. So for example int new, right? Why I'm doing that? Because since I had something new on the file, the compiler have to compile this ballocator. So just to show you that the wall works. So now we go play, we see play, we see that error exists in a okay, this shouldn't happen. Why should make a problem? So let's take this away, just save. Let's try once more to compile, and now it will compile. Okay, this is quite strange. I don't know at the moment why this happened. However, what is important is that you could see that if I change something, for example here I change something in ballocator, if we now have a look at the no, okay, I wanted to show here that it was compiling the ballocator, so on since it start also the SimRobot, so this command that we would see in the terminal disappear. So this is all, I guess, about the basic setup that we want to perform in Eclipse. It's quite comfortable that we can see here if there are some error or if there are some to do. For example, as I said before, we have here the task. So here we have some keyword that we can give to Eclipse, and he will tell us, okay, look that, for example, I don't know, we are writing a function, we have to do something, but we don't want to do that, so we can just write to do something, and Eclipse, we can also compile either choosing play or just Control F11 or just F11, and as you can see now it came here this to do. So this means that we have to do something here. And yes, this is all about the first part of Eclipse. Thank you for your attention.